I like that as soon as I start streaming, my dog decides to start barking. That's very kind of him. I'm going to close my door, so hopefully it will muffle some of that sound. Fucking rude dog. Oh, hi, everybody. Happy Mondays. I'm Sirken, and it's Monday night, and we are all here together. Why does this look so fucked up? I feel like right out of the gate, guys, we're having a serious problem right out of the gate. I can't believe this. Is this it right here? Yeah, that's it right there. How am I going to do this? You know what? I don't even care. You guys are just going to look at OOC for a while. You're going to deal with me redoing this because somehow it got broke. I'm going to blame Twitch. They clearly resized their chat because we all know I am not in XSplit resizing things. That is extra work. Work that I would not do. Alright, we're good. We're good. That's fine. Is that fine? Let's drop it down a couple. Let's get this guy out of there. Alright, we're good now. Thanks for joining us. Me. Right now it's me. There will be an us later. I'm very happy. I'm going to take them off hold. Hi, guys. Stop violently pounding on your keyboards. Or don't. Whatever. This is the us that I was referring to earlier. And you know what? You know what, guys? I'm very excited because we might not have some new people, but we have some people that haven't been here in a very long time, and I love them. I love them very much. So, I'm gonna... Braknar.
Yo.
Hi. Say hi. Tell these people who you are in case they have never heard of you or what you are.
Right on. All right. Yep. Hi, I'm Braknar. I'm one of the two senior guides on the server. I've been a staff member now for about
since April, because apparently everybody joins in April.
Everybody, hey, except the new wave.
Jane Wayne, thanks for following. Sorry, go ahead. I wasn't just whispering into the mic very close.
We should have waited until April.
No.
Should have waited until April to add these new guys, right?
The in-game petition queue is not going to wait till April.
It was not. It's been super nice. Oh, apparently I'm quiet. Maybe I'll talk louder. Can you guys hear me better?
I don't know. I'm gonna see if you are louder or quieter than our other two guests and base it on that. Because if it's just you, then it's just you. But if it's all of you, then I'm gonna turn all of you up. So yeah, that's good. I'm glad we have you here again this evening, sir. Oh man, I don't even know which one of you two to do first. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna say hello, Knix. Tell these people who you are, and thank you for coming back on. I'm very happy you're here.
Thank you. This is Knix. I am currently guildless, not looking for a guild though. I haven't played since June, but I come back to do the event the other night, and it was a lot of fun.
On red or blue?
Blue.
How was it?
It was a lot of fun. I had the good people of Asgard had me join their guild for one night, and it was a lot of fun. Well, Alara says I'm quiet.
I turned all you guys up.
Ooh.
So you'll be louder in like 12 seconds to his ears.
Gotcha.
I hear sirens, and they're not coming from my neighborhood.
They're not coming from my neighborhood.
Did one of you two nerds move to the hood? Uberbandit, did you move to the ghetto?
I don't think I ever left.
Oh wow. He's
You
in my head.
sound like you're in a wind tunnel, sir.
Oh, goddamn science.
Don't you bring your science here.
And there goes Uberbandit.
Was he gone?
I don't know. He just kind of went goddamn science and stuff. Your guess is as good as mine at this point.
Yeah, the background noise went away there too.
Well, quitter?
So,
Quieter?
stream, how are we sounding? I guess they'll
We're good
respond
now.
here.
We're good now because I upped everybody. But
Awesome.
Uberbandit is playing with things. And I don't know what happened in the 2 minutes that I put you guys on hold. But he went from sounding like he was laying in bed with me to hitchhiking on the side of the fucking Kennedy Expressway. And so, I don't know, he's not sending me words or anything. I feel like I want to introduce him, but then I don't want to steal like his thunder of his own. Like, hi guys, I'm here.
All right, motherfuckers.
Oh, he's back, and he sounds like he's in bed with me again.
I don't.
I didn't actually say that, and this is
I
definitely not the second time I said it.
Let's go backwards, and we'll do the entrance again, because fuck that shit.
I also have Uberbandit on stream this evening. Say hello, Uberbandit.
Hi, nerds.
That's good. Who are you?
Yes.
That's good.
I'm no one of any particular importance who has a stream which doesn't exist, that might exist depending on how much I hate life.
So twitch.tv/Uberbandit22 is the rough translation. If he would be so kind as to say words in chat, you would just have to click his name, and then you can follow that easily. Go ahead.
Do you still stream?
Theoretically, I have the capability.
He has a stream, and that's all that matters. But you know what? He told me offline that if he gets like a lot of followers that just start following him, he'll feel obligated to stream for those people. And so you can bring him back to the internet with a small donation of clicking the follow button for Uberbandit.
Are you looking for him in Crushbone? Because he just might be there.
You know, that actually plays in really well, but no.
Because now we're leaving Crushbone.
We are zoning into
And I'm out.
GPay.
Thanks, chat. Good to be here.
Uberbandit, I'm very happy you joined us tonight. I've missed the sweet sounds of your voice.
I am happy to be here.
They make my heart smile.
For who else shall look at chat and read it with their eyeballs?
Nobody's reading chat. Nobody gives any shit. It's so horrible. That's all chat is like, why won't people pay attention to me?
Explains why no one's fucking talking. Get on your shit, chat.
Yeah, chat. If you have questions, ask them in chat. I have Uberbandit here, so he will actually be looking at the chat throughout the evening, and then he can relay them to people who need to answer them. So that's good things. I guess we can start off with the Halloween thing. That was a thing. I made a thread. I was like, you know what? I'm going to be bored as shit at work on Monday. I'm going to make a thread asking for feedback on the event, and I'm not going to read it till I get to work. And so I gave it.
Technical?
No, it was in server chat.
And then like 12 other threads came up there.
Yeah, but mine, anyone who knows ForumQuest knows when there's 12 threads and one of them was made by a staff member, that's the one you post in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else is dumb, and they're not going to get their words read by me. Sorry, that's the truth of the matter. Look, that's just the truth of it. But I will say, Braknar, it does not seem that even 4 out of 5 dentists approve of said event. And I would like your opinion as the main wizard behind the curtain on this event. Can you break down a little bit, I guess, tell us what was... Give us a layout of the event, now that you can give us spoilers and shit because it already has happened.
Right, so yeah, I guess the preface is, it literally was not even a twinkle in my eye until 2 weeks before Halloween. It was 14 days to the day before Halloween when I was sitting down and I literally said, I just PM Nilbog, and I'm like, dude, we should have a Halloween event. And he was like, that sounds like a great idea. You're right. And that's where it went. And so for anybody out there that cares, the details are everything in regards to that event, except for the actual SQL injection insert statements that were made by Nilbog was done by me. And basically everything that he needed, I more or less put in a document that he was able to copy paste out of. Rogan's contribution was, of course, actually patching the server for it, and he wrote a little bit of code that allowed the illusions to preserve cross zone. And that's it. So pretty much absolutely everything else was just me. I kept the cards close to my chest. I didn't even tell our new guides at all about, they were asking, oh, hey, I want to help. What's going on with this event? And the only people on staff that even knew anything about it, where the NPCs were or anything, or even the format. I didn't even tell anybody the format. The only people that knew anything were Sirken, myself, Nilbog, and Rogan. So, that's the backstory. I have never run an event before. I have never run. I've never even been in an event on P99, so I didn't have a whole lot to base it off of. And for those that have actually put in any feedback of the event, I've read and responded. I've tried to read and respond to many. And one thing, the thing that most people may have not seen is I got probably a dozen forum PMs from people, I would say maybe as much as 90% of those forum PMs were very positive. Like, everybody really enjoyed the event. So yeah, 4 out of 5 dentists may not have approved of the event, but honestly, I think maybe 3 out of 5 did. I've seen a lot of positive feedback. The negative feedback is stuff that I don't disagree with. The loot was
when you have look, loot's gonna be bad, because if we give away top tier items, people who are rating for top tier items are gonna lose their collective shits.
Well, no, yeah, it's not even that. It's just like the low tier, like the low was too low.
The low was too low, and I saw the list that you were working off of. That list was made, like, I believe, right when Kunark came out. So,
okay, so yeah, see,
like,
yeah.
At that period of time, like, when most people were still running around top tier classic, and maybe only a few guilds started getting Kunark pieces, like, that was a decent list, especially considering most people were still level 50, you know, blah blah blah. Like, that was a good ass list. But now, 5 years later, with Valius out and people having just absolutely raped and pillaged Kunark, maybe the list should be revisited and updated for the times.
Oh, for sure. And I even have admitted, I think in a couple forum posts, that, I mean, I'll admit, I did phone it in on the loot, mostly because I was talking to Nilbog. Again, this is my first event, so I didn't know what I could get away with as far as rewards. And rather than, like, have a lot of back and forth of, well, I want this, well, no, you can't have that, I just asked him for a list. He gave me the list. That's what got used. End of story. That was the gist. So the takeaways are that I will be going through the lists a lot more thoroughly. I do plan to do another event. I don't know when it will be. I actually plan the next event to be more code-wise. It's going to be far more complex, because since I wrote, like I said, the Halloween one was done in, like, it was 2 weeks of actual time, and in reality, I probably spent maybe 10 hours writing it in total, which is not a whole lot of. That's really not that much time. And since then, I've been reading up on the what can we do within the event scripts. There's a page on the EMU website where it really details all the functions and a lot of the tricks you can do, specifically with, like, faction, right? And there's a lot of fun things you can do with faction. So that's one thing I'm looking into for the next event. But I think, and some people have asked, like, they said, how do you think it went? And I personally say it was a success. And a lot of people are like, well, how does it a success? The loot sucked. Everybody seemed to hate it. I was like, well, the reason I think it's a success is, number one, I had a hell of a lot of fun. During the whole event, yeah, I mean, really, like, during the event, I'm going around, a lot of the streamers will tell you, I was on their stream, I was saying, hey, how are things going, guys? I was talking to them. They seem to be having fun. One of the guys in particular was a monk, and after they figured out that the things were porting people, I was on a stream and he went to go and talk to one of the I think it was Ganlorth there who's talking right now. He went to go talk to one of the NPCs, and I heard him begging.
I think he's Australian.
He is Australian, which was fun to listen to, but he was just like, please don't port me, please don't port me, please don't port me. And it was absolutely hilarious, and I had a lot of fun. I was talking to some other people via Skype. They seemed to be having fun. They were having a laugh of it in their respective voice comms. So all in all, from my perspective, it sounded like a lot of people were having a lot of fun. So I consider that a success. I also don't think we've had an event quite like this on P99, something this complex and something more than just go kill the mob, get the loot, in a long time.
Not since Uberbandit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And okay, well, there you go. And so I like, that's what I was going for. I was going for something that was a little different. And some people have said, well, the hints were too easy. And it's like, yeah, well, maybe, but that's a real delicate thing, right? If you make the hints too hard, then everyone's going to complain they're too hard. So.
And we're going to be up for goddamn 30 hours waiting for people trying to figure this out.
And that's another interesting thing to note. Like, one thing that I put into this, I don't know if Uthgard even used. He may have used it, but we can have NPCs tell us things over the GM chat in game. And so like
we didn't have GM chat back then.
Oh, you didn't? Well, there
No.
you so obviously not. So that's really, really cool. Like, basically, I while I was online, I could see every single person that handed in.
But he could just make it emote to himself.
Emote to himself. What do you mean? Oh,
you can
I
do
see.
like world emotes and shit, or player
You can.
emotes, or zone emotes, and he would just have it emote to himself.
I see. So Suds has asked, and I kind of answered it in text, but I'll answer it again while I'm talking. He's asking for the top 10 completions. That needs to be cleared by Rogean. I have a log of it, but I want to make sure that no one's going to be upset if I post it. So we're not going to really say anything other than that right now for that. I personally don't see a problem with it, but again...
I don't either, but you know what? I've gotten in trouble for things that I haven't seen problems with in the past.
Exactly, so I want to check.
Danger.
And I already told a lot of people, the takeaways here are, number one, don't turn it off so damn quick. And that was 100% my fault. Rogean messaged me on Skype. He's like, hey, can I turn it off? And like I said, we can see the turn-ins, right? And I hadn't seen any turn-ins in like 5 minutes. So I'm like, okay, of course we can turn it off. No one's turning it in. Probably nobody's even doing it anymore. And the second we turned it off, it was like the petitions were just like spammed with, God damn it, I was trying to do it. I was almost the end. Can you turn it back on? And as soon as I saw that, I was like, fuck.
Yeah, I think we all kind of collectively, I think that's our one regret, is that we might have ended it too. We definitely ended it too soon.
So, and I'll also say, no one I don't think actually did this. I had coded it in, so if you actually tried to complete it a second time, the NPC was going to death touch you, and he doesn't give you a reward, and he scolds you for doing it.
That's good.
I like it. Say
like
plus.
If anybody actually had, if anybody read the initial, the text from the initial from Cecil, he'd said, doing this a second time has dire consequences, and those were the dire consequences. That if you actually went and did the entire thing again, which that would have been absolutely hysterical if someone did, put in the time right, because the fastest guy did this thing in 2 hours. That's another thing is when I did test it, I didn't test it with an actual tune, so I didn't have any idea how long it was going to take. That was another mistake that I'll try not to repeat again. But yeah, that
so
would happen.
You even tested the tricks, so you let your character get ported.
I did, but it was the GM character, so I just went to go-to and I was back.
You should, next time, you should ask Nobog if he would let you make an account on his dev server.
Well, that's where I have a GM account there, and that's where I did a lot of my testing.
Then nerd, just use a non-GM account or do GM off.
I didn't even think about it at the time. And another interesting thing some folks may or may not know is, so you can see that it was sort of a tiered setup, right? There's 4 NPCs, and each of those had 4 NPCs under them. Each of the 4 disciples, each of the 4 sets of acolytes, the tricks got increasingly more common. So with the first set of acolytes, it was a 80%, 20% chance you're going to get tricked, then a 30, then a 40, then a 50. And so on that last tier, you had a 50-50 chance of being ported or tricked, which I don't know if anyone picked up on, but...
In Velius?
Yeah, in the Velius ones, yes. And like I said, and I think I mentioned actually before we went live, live, I do agree. I think the ports were a little too harsh, and a little too common as far as like how many NPCs did the ports. The other thing we found is a lot of people were just binding in a zone before they talked to the acolytes. So the next time we do a port event like this, if I do another port event like this, we're going to disable binds.
Oh my god! No. No.
I promise it won't be nearly as bad. I'm not going to do another Crystal Caverns to Shurapol Glade. That may have been my inner angst coming out or something. I don't know. It was a little too much. It was too much. But I could see us doing like a cross zone port, maybe something like you have to talk to somebody on one side of West Corona and it throws you to the other side. That could be a possibility. That could be fun. Everybody likes West Corona, right?
It's only fun if you can actually physically throw them across the zone.
You should make rangers immune from that. I feel like their lives are hard enough.
Oh, when I read that you had to go to West Corona, I just cringed.
Did you like the where in West Corona I made it? I was proud of myself for that's a fun landmark to do. It's an easy hint, and everybody's going to read that and go, God damn it.
Yeah, you got me there. Except I risked across the zone and went from the other zone line.
That's the way to go. The way to go. So, at any rate, yeah, there's lots of takeaways. I did not expect the event to run perfectly. It did run better than I expected. I sort of expected things were going to go completely south. The only really big bug we had is if you got a race and you went and told the disciple or the devotee that you renounce the gift, I think, or the illusion or the reward or what have you. There's a phrase you could speak that you would renounce your illusion. When you renounce the illusion, a couple guys, and I have no freaking clue how it was only a couple, like a lot of people were able to renounce it and it was just fine. A couple guys got the boat graphic, which makes you immobile.
Yeah.
Not if you're in the water.
Not in the water, but
Very
like
familiar with the boat party.
We had boat
guys
parties.
These guys were like, oh my god, I'm turning into a boat every time I zone. And so initially when I read the petition, I laughed hysterically because I knew exactly what was going on. And then I was like, well, shit, how do we fix it? That's where my question to you, Sirken, to ring it. I'm like, can you modify their faction? Because that's what's controlling it. So, at any rate, I ended up talking to the guy, and he was perfect. He was actually really cool about it. He was just like, I was like, dude, look, you're going to just turn into a boat until we turn this off. I'm very, very sorry. I don't know why this is happening. Please bear with us. And he was like, oh, no, that's fine.
Log off and log back on again?
No, because what we did to preserve the illusion is anytime you... Actually, what we did is anytime you zoned... I mean, this isn't giving into the code, but it's kind of a cool thing that we figured out, right? So what happens is when you completed the quest... a random number generator would fire off, and it would determine what illusion you got. All illusions are an integer number. It's a race ID. And so what it would do is it would actually grant you that much faction in a special faction that we'd created for the event. And then every time you zoned, if the event was active, it set your race to what your faction was in that faction.
Oh.
So, yeah, it was kind of a clever little thing. I think Rogean actually came up with the idea to do it this way. And he did the coding for it, which is amazing. I thought this was really fun because that was something we had never done before, right? Like everybody's got or not everybody, but many people.
Well, I can tell you, I hung out in Butcher Block for probably a half hour because I thought I'd lose the illusion.
Oh, I'm sorry. I put in the NPC text.
Good job, Knix.
I did. I think I put in there like this illusion is stronger than normal or something like that.
There was so much spam, people turning stuff in. You know,
See,
it was just like spam.
That's another takeaway. My future NPCs are going to send you tells.
Oh.
I just thought that. Like, it would probably work better if they sent tells.
Yes, I will be doing that for 100% sure. Like I was there with you because during most of the event, myself and Aussie actually were sitting at every one of those tier NPCs, just seeing who had found them, and you just kind of get a feel for the progress of the event. And that was my problem, is I'm like, holy crap, spam everywhere. Another hilarious thing I thought is I was staying at Cecil, right? So when the initial zone emote or the world emote goes out, and I'm just like, this is hilarious because everybody came in and they tried to kill him. And I just get spammed with, he's invulnerable, because that's just right. That's what most events on P99 are. There's a mob, you kill the mob. What's that? Oh.
Should have just DT'd it.
That would have been hysterical. No, that would have been a little too harsh. As it was, I was already pretty dang harsh. But anyway, so yeah, that's my take on the event. The forums, a lot of the forums seems like there may be a perception that there was a lot of negativity around it. There was some negative responses, but I will also say moving forward, yeah, the loot sucked, but don't expect an event to be like a loot cash shop. You know, you're not going to just go to an event, walk away with the guys every time, and be the awesomest dude in the world. Ain't going to happen. Also, what I was going to mention, that I mentioned before we got on stream, so everyone is well aware, there was a title involved with the first to complete this event. The next event that I do that has a title involved, which I'm not saying the next event will have a title, but the next one with a title, I'm going to code in an RNG that grants that title. So the first one is not going to get it. He may or he may not. It's going to be a random roll. Maybe there may not even be a person that gets the title in the whole event. Who knows? But that's my plan, because that was a big complaint that certain classes had a significant.
What if nobody hits it before the event's turned off?
Then they don't get it.
That's shitty.
Oh, come on. It's not that shit.
No, it'd be really shitty to think of a cool ass title for a specific event and then it doesn't even get used.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Okay, I don't know anything. I'm not a computer person too much, if you haven't figured that out. But
well, time out. Here's the thing. No, Knix, hold on. I'm gonna tell you right now. Your question's crazy, and the answer is no. That's.
Actually, if you don't mind,
Hold on.
Something
Hold on.
completely different.
Here's the problem with that system. It's not like every time, like let's say Sirken finishes first. I get the RNG, I fail. Knix turns it in, she gets the RNG, she fails. Uberbandit turns it in, gets the RNG, fails. Whatever, it keeps going. As we fail, those numbers that come up aren't being taken from the list. So everybody's getting a completely fresh roll every single time they turn it in. And based on how many numbers are in this RNG, if you do like a 1 die 100 roll, that's a 1% chance, and it will never become a higher chance just because more people are turning it in.
Right. Yeah. But then, but if we did it that way, people would just hold their turn-ins because they would think that the longer you wait, the more likely you are to get it. I was thinking more make it something like a 60% chance.
I think you're a crazy
like
person. Why wouldn't you just give it to the person that turns in first and wins the event?
That's because the porters and the higher level.
So turn off porting. EverQuest did crazy shit in the past. Like, now all of the Karanas have green fog because fucking why not? Plague. And, I mean, you can do shit in the world. I mean, we could turn off binding in zones. We'll just make a global thing where we take out all the porting spells. Just all of them. And then when you
turn off run, too.
Turn that... I don't know if we can actually do that. But it should be easy as shit to do the other thing. Just look up the porting spells, take them out of the global, make a separate global file, and switch it on like an expansion, and then switch it off after the event.
Yeah, if we could disable porting, I would. Yeah, then fine. Then, yeah, the first guy that gets it gets the title. Yeah, sure.
Well,
I can see that.
Boat?
Just make
We'd have to ride the boat. That's not cool.
Oh, it would be so absolutely mind-shatteringly horrible for players. And I feel like I would love every absolute moment of it.
Oh, no.
I might even sit on the boat with people just to, like, really absorb their agony as they're sitting on the boat. And I'll just be sitting there smiling so big, hoping someone's smashing something in real life in their house.
So anyway, I'm hoping this will lead into more events. Not every day, but one of the big things I'm really looking forward to doing that I'm going to try to do is what I really wanted to do and what we kind of tested with this event. So that was another interesting thing like Sirken sort of touched on. So most events, I think, leading up until this point has been like a GM like Sirken level has to go and actually load all the NPCs involved. There were 24 NPCs involved in this event today, or on Halloween. I think 24 or 22. So that's a lot of people to load, but what happened was Nilbog like linked all that together with a single command. And so literally Rogean typed one command, boom, all the NPCs came online. When the NPC came online, they did those world emotes. Everything was just like I didn't myself, Rogean, Sirken, nobody actually had to make the event work. It was a complete push button. And that's what I want to happen. I want to set up more of these like smaller events, right? Like say an orc invasion in Kelethin, right? You know, something like that. So it's something that can be more push button that maybe we can start having these a little more frequently without so much care where, you know, more we don't want to we want to have an event that has like something little, right? Something for new players. So new players on the server, they're in Greater Fadark, all of a sudden they get a zone emote that's about an orc invasion, and then something fun happens, right? So I hope we can do more of that kind of thing. I want to see more of the push button stuff, maybe even to the point where lower level than like say myself or Aussie would be able to type a command or go to a special NPC and say activate Orc Invasion Kelethin, and then boom, all of a sudden the Kelethin Orc Invasion starts up. It's a fully scripted event. It's got its own timer on it. There you go.
I think that'd be just amazing.
Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm going with it. That's what I want to see happen. So.
A+. I'm gonna put because I don't do that. I'm going to look at this. I'm gonna say thank you to Jane Wayne and Smikan. That's not a real word. I don't know. Smikan. That's what I'm calling you. Thanks, you guys. Uberbandit, did you have a question for me from a guy in chat, possibly, about how much time
he could... So unless he says shit, no, not really.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna hit it anyway because
Alright.
I felt it was a good question.
Alright, the question was, hey guys, I grew up on WoW and was a little young for EQ, but it looks like it'd be a lot of fun to go back and try out. but I don't have much time with work to dedicate to leveling. Do you still think it'd be worth playing, or do you think you need a big time investment for it to be worth it?
Uberbandit, first of all, how old were you when you first started playing EverQuest Live?
I think I did the math, and I was like 6 to 12, somewhere in there.
That's a pretty big window, but
I mean,
here's
we
the
were
thing.
playing during that time.
Here's the thing. I don't believe that person was too young to play EQ. Because there's all kinds of people that play EQ, or play P99, that played EQ Live, and they are entirely too young to have done these things. But they managed to do it, and so
I mean,
I
named
don't
characters
get
after
that
Pokemon.
excuse.
It happened.
That's not going to help. But,
No, that's a secret to leveling.
that's
It's
the
made
secret.
fun of in EC chat. It's great. I had a great time.
I don't know. One of the great things about EverQuest, I'm answering the question now in case people didn't know. One of the great things about EverQuest is it's one of the very few games, especially few MMOs out there, that you can actually get back what you put into it. If you only have a little bit of time, there's a way to play EQ that you will feel rewarded and you will not feel like you're wasting that time. You might not have time to grind, to look for group for an hour and then sit in a group for an hour. You might have kids and you might have to run away from the computer for a bit. That's okay. There's classes that can solo. There's classes that can do perfectly fine with that situation. Anything that can feign death, you don't even have to worry about dying when you're AFK, let alone pissing off group people. And just don't ever play a ranger. And
Yeah, don't take it from someone who played a ranger. Don't ever play a ranger if you value your time and sanity.
yeah, I mean, you'll quit. You'll definitely quit.
Yeah, and then you'll come back, and then you'll look for a group for 3 hours, and then you'll quit again.
Yeah, it's something. Then you'll go back to fucking World of Warcraft.
Or you'll go back, or you come back, look for a group for 3 hours, get a group, have an emergency come up, and have to leave in 15 minutes.
Yeah,
And then quit again.
and
Factor, you know what would be really cool if you could use the NPCs that we have no idea why they're around, use them in an event,
Like which ones?
like the ones that they were showing in Dagner's Cauldron. These
whoa,
guys here.
whoa,
Hey,
these
one
guys
of those
have a
heals you.
purpose.
They do.
Yeah.
Can't call them
talk about it as
randos.
He heals you, and that's also like the only place you can sit, maybe, and almost sometimes get killed.
Is that a dead ranger there?
Probably.
No.
I mean, it could be. It could be a bard.
What is his name? For
BER. He's gone. Shit. BERTOLT. I forgot. I have it on my actual XSplit in much better quality. So, that's what it is. Bertolt.
You know,
He's
I
a
think I can
paladin.
remember.
He's a
them.
paladin.
Get wrecked, paladins.
He's
the
a
other redheaded stepchild of EverQuest.
he's a really bad paladin.
Okay, but wait a second.
All right.
Paladins are better now, and so are rangers, right, for groups since the new patches.
Did
Yes.
the XP thing get removed? Oh, it did, didn't it? I think
Are
it
they
did.
better in terms of XP penalty?
Well,
yes.
they're not- they're-
Are they better in terms
Right.
of betterness?
Right.
Very, very vaguely.
I mean,
More likely to get
Rangers
groups.
can gimp solo now. That's about it.
at the end of the day, they're still rangers.
Yeah, they can reverse kite one mob and then med their entire mana pool back up, and then reverse kite another animal.
And that's fun.
Who put the lizard in the corner?
Who
I did
wouldn't?
flood lizards.
Oh, there's instant comments that just came to my head that I can't make.
So I made them.
I have to
What
update.
about-
I have to update my list of things that I can't say. You've been gone way too long, Uberbandit. I actually got in trouble. I can't really say too much about it because I'll get in more trouble, but I actually got in trouble, and I kind of blame you for not being here. Because if you were here, it wouldn't have happened.
I feel like you actually I don't actually have to say anything. You just censor yourself. Because
I don't want you to censor me first. But when you're not here, it's like when the parents go out of town and you know you're going to throw the party because no one's there, but you would never do that shit with your parents home. You would never just be like, everybody, I'm having a kegger Saturday. let's do it. And your parents are just on the couch watching TV when everybody shows up. You would never do that. And that's what you are. You're my adult.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you're there, it's like, oh, this is bad. I can't say that. Uberbandit, he'll censor me. Oh no.
Does he have the finger on the mute button?
No, he's just taken back by how deep that conversation just was.
What? Oh, that and I got distracted by unrest. I had flashbacks.
God damn it. God damn it.
You would too if you leveled 8.
I
10
leveled,
characters through here.
well, I didn't fucking play 10 characters because that's insane.
Nah.
But I leveled all my characters in Unrest. I love Unrest. I used to do the chessboard in Butcher Block from like 8 until Unrest. As soon as I could do Unrest, I went there and started beating beetles.
So I'm really excited about the hate and the fear revamp.
Yeah, that happened, I believe.
It did.
Yes, it did.
I did-
Shenanigans and fear, I hear.
I didn't
You
even
did?
know it was going to happen.
I didn't know it was coming either.
Yeah,
I read the
Rogan-
patch notes and I was like, oh, damn.
Rogan said, like, something's happening the next day, and people were asking me, they're like, oh, what's going on the next day? I'm like, I have no idea.
But see, it's good that he doesn't tell us things like that because there's people, I swear to God, I think Alaris was one of them. He said some shit on the forums one time that we didn't tell anybody. We didn't tell anybody. And he fucking said it like 3 days before we said it. And, like, no one accuses anybody because you're like, oh, if you throw enough fucking darts, eventually you're going to hit a bullseye. But like, everyone's like, did somebody say something outside of the circle? Like, what? Is that really just a coincidence? And so, like there was one time someone photoshopped a thing and put it on the forums, basically being like, Sirken told me the Velius is coming out on this day. And originally, like, we had changed the day and all the stuff, but originally, that was, like, right in the window that we actually were discussing the release of Velius. And like, they came to me and they're like, we should talk about this. It was like, that is photoshopped. And luckily, I found out who posted it and they admitted what they had done, but oh man, like, that was rough. Like, it gets to the point sometimes with these people that I don't even want to know things, because I don't want to have to try to defend myself of something I didn't do. Like, it's rough. It's rough. Oh, Laris, you just gotta stop posting on the forums. You're gonna get me in trouble. Just stop. Oh.
So are the mobs dropping AONs now?
Yes,
the gold?
yes. Every mob in the game
Really?
has a 1% chance to drop an Amulet of Necropotence in every zone. We felt that was an appropriate thing to do. We know it goes against the grain of Classic, but Nobog was just feeling real generous and kind of he wanted to do something fun for Halloween. He's like, AONs are kind of spooky. Turn you
there
into
you
a
go.
skeleton. Let's AONs for everybody.
Sounds
And
good.
so that's probably in place until next week. So if you want to log on to the Project 1999, was that too many nines? I don't
No,
know if
That's
I.
the right number of 9s.
I feel like I
But
was
I thought
counting.
it was a 0.001% chance.
No. It's 1.5% now. I just upped it, and so now is the best time ever to start playing P99. If you're ever on the fence, now's the time. You go www.project1999.com. It has everything you need to know to start playing right now. It's free forever, and you should check it out because you have
Can
your
you two-box
5%
there?
chance. No, 2-boxing is a sin. We will literally crucify you in South Quanos. Don't do
What
that.
about using those third-party programs?
No, we bury people up to their necks in real life and throw large rocks at them if we catch them running third-party programs on our server.
Okay.
And I feel obligated to say it's a joke. Uberbandit, I'm not used to you being here. You can't just let me say shit like that.
I'm
pretty sure-
is being distracted.
I'm pretty sure I just threatened everybody with, like, public stoning.
Oh, everyone, Sirken will not stone you, but it's okay. I will crucify you.
I don't know if that's better. And we crucify for 2-boxing. I don't feel we should also do that for third-party programs.
I
Last time you just
mean,
banned forever for third-party programs.
I think it's fine. You just use the other side of the cross.
Oh.
Mhm.
That's efficient,
It is.
actually.
That's why you keep me around.
I like that. We just cut our cost in half.
hmm
And we're saving trees. We're good for the environment.
Exactly.
Guys,
This is
You can help the
ecological
environment
crucifixions.
and play EverQuest by coming to P99. We do classic EverQuest better than anyone else on the internet. I can say that because it's
EverQuest
true.
itself is basically a crucifixion.
Yeah. I had a friend who wanted to play EverQuest once.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And he made a Wood Elf Druid. He's like, what's easy? I'm like, Druids are good for dumb people. Play a Druid.
What? What? Wait a minute. Come back here.
Alright, I'm sorry. I don't mean that. But you
might-
know what I'm
to
saying?
play a
If you've
Necro.
never, ever played an MMO, ever, and you've especially never played EverQuest, and you need something kind of easy to show someone, to introduce them to the game, of all the classes other than a warrior, the Druid's the easiest one to learn with spells, because
Yeah,
the spells don't have stupid names. Like, it's like fire, oh, this burns things. Ice, this hits things with cold things. Like, it's very easy to learn the game that way.
No,
and-
it makes sense. I mean, if
Like,
you
I'm
have
not
confidence
insulting
in their
Druids.
ability to learn, like,
No,
they hit
yeah.
all of the spells. in
Look,
it, like,
it just
get
so
everything.
happens. It just so happens this particular friend of mine is also dumb. So, one of the very smartest people I've ever met in my life actually plays a Druid. Or did play a Druid? I don't know.
Oh, thank you.
Druid. Yeah, so anyone who I know that plays a Druid, you can take that, you can just tell yourself that's you.
I play a fourth of a druid. Does that count?
Is it only
You're
a
the
fourth?
Fourth smartest person he knows.
I mean, if you take all the things druid has and then only take the bad ones plus snare, that's a ranger.
Yeah, but I feel like you should lose points for making a ranger.
Right. Like negative 1/4 a druid, negative 3/4 a warrior, and it's just not a character.
Well, no, you still get the positive values of your inheritance from other classes, but like on the scoreboard, you're just like -3.
Hey,
That's-
you know what? I mean, rangers, officially the best golfers.
Wait, what?
Because golf, it's low is good, especially.
Oh, because you want a low score.
Yeah.
See, I know golf. People are like, Sirken doesn't know golf. I got news for you nerds. I know my golf. You want low numbers. And never mind. When we were talking about people getting turned into boats, I was reminded of the time Knix got turned into a boat. I said Nick,
Oh.
and then I
Yeah.
had to go back and like correct myself.
The
Yeah,
boat
my real
party.
name is Nick.
Yeah. So
Right.
Nick got turned into a boat, and then the real boat came and stole her fucking treasure. And I thought that was just the greatest fucking thing
best.
in the world.
That the recording is somewhere, isn't it?
It's somewhere. It's
Is it
somewhere.
on the YouTube?
It is. I think it's like Boat Simulator, the MMO.
Sounds right.
Or Boat
Simulator.
Simulator Ghost Ships. That might have been the Ghost Ships one.
Mm,
Do you have a YouTube channel, Sirken?
YouTube.com/SirkenP99.
It's on their screen.
Oh, is it?
I actually read it off the screen. She said that and my eyes were like, "Pachoosh," and I read it. God damn it.
Big Mama Jenkins wants to know if Project 1990 is better than normal EverQuest.
1990?
I'm sick. I'm quoting.
Interesting.
Um,
Is there a Project 1990? Well, wait a second. It wasn't out then.
good job, Knix. Good job.
You just cut out the paper characters and yeah.
I mean, shit.
game.
I feel like
See,
Project
that-
1990 would just be like nerds
D&D?
playing D&D somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That was the thing.
Okay.
Is it better than normal EverQuest? As a
The answer is
staff
yes.
member, I feel like I should pass this one off to a player of said game, since I could be taken as a biased party, which means I'll just give my opinion last.
Yeah, it is way better because it's more like the classic EverQuest that everybody remembers, the teamwork that you have to have with the players, and because you can't box, there's player interaction, and you know, you got to join a guild, and you got to make friends, and you got to find people to play with, and it's great.
I was
What are you
hoping
laughing
you'd be
at?
like, you were saying all these things like, you gotta make friends, you gotta do this, and it's fucking the worst. I was hoping you'd say something like that at the end.
Oh no!
No, but it is good. It's based on
Rogean done.
socializing.
Oh
mean-
shit!
For the love of God and all that is non-rabid, levitating, bouncy holiness,
Oh,
do this. Do. I'm gonna open this over here.
turn it down, Sirken. Turn it down.
Listen, Rogan. My submarine is perfectly capable of handling all the things. I now have a 4G phone. Oh, speaking of my piece of shit new phone, let me tell you what kind of piece of shit phone I bought. I tried to send somebody a text message this morning. It was very important, and I was like, I'm running kind of late for work. Actually, I wasn't. But I was just like, I'm going to send a text message instead of call, because it's the morning. And my text message apparently didn't go through. And so I would just like to thank my Verizon Wireless and my brand new phone. It's less than a month old, and it's already not outperforming the old one. But I still have the same ringer. So if
Did
any of you
forget
call
to
me,
press send?
no, I sent it. I even checked when I got a phone call later or a text message later, and I was like, no, I absolutely sent that off. And I looked to make sure, and it did. And so, And then the point of my story that I was actually getting to, they sent me a screen capture of their phone showing my text message as non-existent. And so,
Maybe it's their phone.
no, wait, I'm getting to the thing.
I'll be quiet. Sorry.
So then I tried to take a screenshot of my phone, and I didn't know how, because I'd never had a new phone in the last 5 years. So I'm trying to figure this out, I'm figuring it, and I'm like, I can't do it. So I go on Google, and I'm like, how do I do this? And Google's like, oh, you just push down the volume down button and the power button at the same time for 3 seconds, and you hear this camera shutter sound. And I'm like, oh, that sounds so easy. Thank you, Google. And Google's like, no problem, nerd. And so I get my phone, I get it on the thing, I hit the volume and the power, and fucking nothing happens. My phone turned off. And so I'm like, all right, maybe I'm doing it wrong. And I tried again, and my volume goes all the way down. And I'm like, maybe my coordination is so fucked that I'm not pushing them at the same time. And so I super focused, like a laser, and pow, I hit them at the same time. Nothing happened. And I held it for all the seconds, almost all of the seconds, and nothing happened. So I have a piece of shit phone that can't even take screen captures to provide evidence of its own truthfulness.
Now, Sirken,
Yeah, buddy.
did you Google how to take a screenshot on a phone or specifically your phone?
I said how to take a screenshot on Sirken's phone.
Okay, because I'm making sure, because that is a way to take a screenshot on some phones.
No,
But-
like legit, I put in my type of phone because I thought that might matter. I thought it might be different on phones.
It matters. Good
Yeah,
job.
thank you.
It's-
See, I'm not completely out of the loop. I know some loops, and my phone was just like, yeah, fuck you, nerd. We're not doing that. We are not doing that. Guys,
I mean,
I'm helping
Rogan-
P99.
This totally isn't pre-recorded, so we totally can do something about it right now.
This is live as fuck.
Is it live?
This is super live.
Okay, it's Turbo Live, ladies and gentlemen.
You can install an app to take screen captures. I wasn't aware of that. I don't have a lot of apps on my phone. Like, I have Uber, I have Grubhub, and...
What's Grubhub?
Oh, lady.
You actually can order stuff?
Lady, I'm gonna tell you something. Hold on. We're gonna go to Grubhub right
Did
now.
you just not have a television?
Grubhub. Oh, wait, that's StubHub. That's a totally different thing.
Did you say Stud Hub?
I said Stub. Do you not know what StubHub is?
That's where people trade tickets to events.
There you go.
But what's
well,
Stud Hub?
That's a thing you just made up. Right now, on Monday night at 9:30 p.m., there are 78 restaurants offering delivery in my area. That is Grubhub. It is arguably the most amazing thing in the world next to Uber. Because Uber will pick me up when I am all fucked up, and they don't even need money. They just get you, and they let you in the car. They open the door for you because they know you're fucked up. And then they close the door for you, and they drive you to where you're going. You give them whatever couple bucks is left in your pocket, and you stumble out and into your car. And it's wonderful.
True. I actually just I read an article in my town very recently about an Uber situation. Some girl had called an Uber, and this dude picks. I mean, this was like in the local paper, right? So this is. I mean, she could have made this shit up. It's not that bad. I mean, you know,
that's what you said about the puppy. That is exactly what you said about the puppy.
Who remembers the puppy?
I do. It scarred me forever. Forever.
You know what's even more disturbing? My wife put a picture of that dead puppy when he was alive on our...
Yeah, Knix doesn't know the puppy story. Hey, Braknar, do you want to tell Knix a really good story with a happy ending?
Yes!
I bet she would love to hear your happy story.
We had a puppy. He died, but we got his sister. We adopted his sister, and so now she's...
See, this isn't how you told the story the first time. You got us all attached to the first dog.
I know.
You told us all these things, and you got us all attached. And then you know what he says, Knix? I'm going to tell your story. I went to the store, and I got a puppy, and it was the most wonderful thing. And we played together, and slept together, and ate porridge together, and we were just starting to play fetch together, and I was going to name him Spot, and I got him a collar, and he wasn't feeling so well, so I took him to the doctor, and the doctor's like, your dog has, what is it, Parvo. And I don't know about you non-dog peoples, but that's a serious thing, and it's not good for puppies. I don't even know if big dogs can get it, but puppies can get it. And you know what? Braknar's puppy got it. And he did all the things he could do. And he tried to nurse it and take care of it and be all Dr. Braknar. And despite all modern medicine, this little puppy named Spot died. It died. And at that point of the story, do you know what he says to us? He says, no, guys, don't worry. I can't do a Braknar voice. No, guys, don't worry. It has a good ending. It's a happy story. And I'm like, okay, let's stay into this. I'm gonna buckle in. I'm ready. Cause maybe somehow he's gonna resuscitate this dog. Maybe I misheard, and a fucking puppy I just fucking grew attached to didn't just die. Let's see where this goes. And so he continues. Well, you know, my puppy had this sister, and her name was Spada.
We named her Maple.
That's better than Spada. And he's like, yeah, and we named her Maple, and, you know, she was things, and then I was teaching her how to sit and how to not be in the house, and she was so good, she didn't even have to be creative because she learned all the things. We started playing fetch. My wife decided to put a picture of the dead brother dog in the room, because why the fuck not? And then, all of a sudden, I love my dog, and now she's wonderful and makes little yippee barks. The end. And I'm sitting there the whole time like, what the fuck happened to the first dog? Like, there's no more of the first dog after the midway point of the story. And it's like people that read the first... Look, guys, spoilers for the first Game of Thrones season and book right now. And so, Uberbandit, if you give any shits, don't listen for like 2 minutes. You start reading this book and you're like, oh, this is clearly the main character of this story. And then you know what happens? Dead. And you're like, maybe not. Maybe it's not the main character of this story at all.
Until that happens to everyone else you think is the main character ever.
There's no main character. There's no main character in that goddamn story. There's no main character in Braknar's story. He's a vicious, horrible storyteller who draws you in.
Character, it's the dead puppy.
He draws you in, and then he stabs you in the heart. And then he smiles as he watches the blood just trickle and splurt around. That's Braknar. Welcome to my family-appropriate stream, nerds. Was that all okay? Was that approved by legal counsel?
Mostly.
I'm not asking you. You're not my legal counsel, nerd.
Yeah, you're right. Uberbandit.
Uberbandit's my legal representation.
I mean, it had dead puppies. I approve.
That's not good. I feel you're as rusty as my legal representation as I am with just streaming in general.
I trade in my law license to practice medicine.
That's good. That's good.
And
Because...
so now I have to not give a fuck about dead puppies.
Right. Well, actually...
What about Asian girls doing things with their arms?
I
Used
feel
to care
like
about them.
that there's
I
probably...
still have that folder. It's here. It hasn't gone anywhere. It's gotten bigger. It's like a chronologue of my trip through the internet.
It just grows.
How many? Well, hold on. I will count for you. 65. I have 65 cute Asian girls in this folder.
Congrats if you are one of the 65 Asian ladies in the Uberbandit folder of Asian ladies.
I think 5 of them are the same person.
I mean, fucking quintuple it. Congrats. Quintuple? Quintuple congrats if you're that woman. Because I think that's a word that means 5. Uberbandit. I got a message, like, within the last week of someone who watched one of the Bloomin' Opinion videos, and they said they really didn't listen to any of the words we were saying, but they absolutely loved the lava lamp. And I felt that was... I had to tell you about that, because that was your inspiration.
Though, that's, like, it's not a real lava lamp, and they were cheated.
But if you don't have a lava lamp, that's a pretty good... that's a pretty good thing to have. Oh, hold on. Rogean is doing important things.
Saw that.
Yes.
He's actually said other things. He said other things to you if you scroll up.
Well, hold on, though. This is important. So I downloaded Grubhub. Excited to see what takeout places are opening around me. And got this. Burr. We're not working with any restaurants in your town yet.
Is that a red pepper?
Sorry, that was part of the thing in the right of the monitor. Don't look at that.
That's not just... It's a red pepper and a cowboy outfit. How can you go wrong?
It's Halloween. He needs a costume, too. He wants to be a cowboy for Halloween. He's a pepper every day of the year. Let him be a cowboy one night. What's wrong with you guys?
I do have a good story. That reminds me. So, this Halloween, right, was... I have a son. He's 2.5. This was his first Halloween. Well, the first Halloween, he could, like, he knew what was going on. He knew there was candy involved. What's that?
Does he die in this story, too?
I'll get to that. So...
Oh!
No spoilers, God.
So we took him out trick-or-treating at the cul-de-sac we live on, and he had a good time. It never got him to say trick-or-treat, but he said thank you when he got the candy, so that's a parental win. So then we're giving out candy later on, and he's helping, because that's a cool thing about kids at this age, like, they want to help. He'll tell you, he's like, I want to help, and you're like, okay, help me hand these kids candy. So he's like reaching in the bowl, grabbing 2 like huge toddler handfuls of candy, right, putting them in kids' bags, huge smile on his face, he's having a ball. Then he starts to realize that the candy in the bowl is slowly going down over time. And eventually, as kids are walking up the driveway, like not even all the way up there, all just walking up the driveway, he just runs out in front of them and is like waving his hands going, no, 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 because he doesn't want them coming and taking more of the candy. And it was just this hilarious moment where, like, nobody, it's okay, you can take the candy, you have some in your bag. And he's just like, no, don't take my candy. It was a fun, like, dad moment.
I mean, it sounds like you're a candy thief.
More or less. He went and got some candy, and my wife and I ate the candy, so, that.
Oh,
so
yeah.
you're saying you pimp him out to get candy for you. That's what I heard.
Wow.
Right up until they learn to take inventory, go ahead.
I challenge you to find any parent that doesn't.
One of them stays up later than the other.
Have you ever... I know you've probably only done this once or twice. But Knix, you're a fucking parent too. Have either of you parents ever, like, gone through your kids' Halloween candy and actually found, like, a crack rock or something that just should not be in the bag of candy?
Every time I've looked up this whole shenanigans, like, it's always an urban legend. No, I don't think there's ever been a documented case of, like, razor blades and candy apples or anything like that.
Or a crack rock.
Or a crack rock.
The Bible once was about as
that's
as
the
rough
worst.
As my candy
That's
experience
bad.
That's the worst. No, that's the worst.
No,
I would rather get a
mini
fucking
Bible?
toothbrush on Halloween than a mini Bible. What am I gonna do with a I can't even roll fucking... I can't even do things with the pages in a mini Bible because they're too small. I don't... That serves absolutely no use. I would leave it in a hotel room.
You and the Gideons.
Is that what you do on as a side job? You're a Gideon?
That's what I do. I sneak into hotel rooms and I put mini Bibles in the drawer.
Bibles.
I'd steal the big one and put the little one in. And people are like, "What's the deal with this here mini Bible?"
Because what people do in hotels, they wake up and then look in the drawer, see a mini Bible, and think they're huge.
Oh my God! I want to write my own Bible and switch it out with the real Bibles. Oh, tell me that wouldn't be the most amazing thing in the world.
I feel like this is so awesome and has to have been done before.
I don't know. Listen, because the only people who are reading Bibles in hotels are like crazy religious people, like diehard religious people.
No, they bring their own.
Maybe, all right. So moderately crazy religious people.
So really bored cleaning staff.
Look, I need somebody who knows the Bible really well to start reading it, and at some point just be like,
start ad-libbing.
What the fuck is this? Like, I'm gonna make sure it starts off the same. Like, the first, 250 pages gonna be word for word the same. And then it's just gonna completely go off course in a different direction. And I wanna set up a camera, and I wanna see how far they keep reading before they're like, something's wrong here. This is not the story I remember. And
this would be more effective if you, snuck into, a chapel or something.
And
place the ones that are in the pews. I don't know if they take those out, though.
Oh my God, I could do that. I need to... Oh my God, I don't even need a camera. I have a telephone now. Oh shit.
You are a camera now.
I could go. I'll put my phone in my shirt pocket, and I'll just stand, right in camera range of the dude reading my Bible, and I'll just wait.
Look at all those people waiting to get trained.
Oh, I have another idea. I think it might be the new, big thing. You know how, Twitch is a thing, and people watch people play games?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me if this has happened yet. We can make a thing that watches those people.
I feel like that wouldn't be very exciting.
Aren't you watching?
Chat, look at yourself right now and determine whether or not this is a great idea. I mean...
Tell me you wouldn't watch a bunch of people watching some people. You probably would. People would.
Okay, do you want to hear my great idea?
Tell me your great idea.
This awesome idea. You need to have drones that people can sign on to the internet and fly around in a store and look at products. That is my awesome idea.
How about drones with a paintball gun on them, and you just shoot random people?
That'd be cool. Fly around in Home Depot and shoot people.
Okay, Knix, I want to talk to you for a second. Here's what you just described. Is there a way to remotely browse a store? And
Correct.
I feel like I have the perfect thing for you. I want you to go to your computer. You're at it right now.
Go to your computer. We'll wait. Go ahead. We'll wait.
Then call your modem. And use the internet.
Oh.
Because she's definitely not doing that right now.
There are these things like the Amazon.com that you can go through pages of things and then potentially buy them.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out a way of getting people back into the store, so that won't work.
Are you gonna do it with robots?
Well, who wouldn't want to fly a drone around inside of a big store?
Nobody should ever fly a drone inside of anything. Actually,
I would fly a drone around in a Walmart and crash it into people.
This is why.
Yes, you guys.
Thank you.
You guys. I heard sounds, but I don't know where they came. Oh, I do know where they came from. No, I have no idea where they came from. Oh, I don't give a shit about Blaine Gabbert. Oh God, guys, I forgot. Sports update. Let's all get serious. Let's take a moment of silence. I have to ask you all to stop what you're doing. We need a brief moment of silence for my fantasy football team. It started the year off very well, 4-2. We made some very questionable draft decisions. We went for Brady and Gronk right out the gate, because if you call Tom Brady a cheater for 6 months and then give him a football, he's going to smash your everlasting face in with it. And I know this, so I got him, and I got Gronk, and I'm like, let's do it. And I also got some other people, some very risky picks, because I didn't get 2 running backs early on. One of my people was Arian Foster. And as anyone who watches football know, he more or less died last week. He'll never, ever play again in my life. Or in my heart. So that's fine. We didn't really have a replacement because the replacement is garbage, and so the other two guys behind him, luckily, they're garbage too. So that's just lost points. But you know what? We could make it. We had two good wide receivers. Let's remind, we had Brady and Gronk, but then we had two good wide receivers with Brandon Marshall and a little man in San Diego named Keenan Allen. And you know what happened to them? They more or less died yesterday.
Parvo?
I don't know. Maybe. Might as well be. I have their pictures on my wall right now. So that's the thing. I got James Jones.
Oh, just go get their sisters.
That's not going to be a thing.
Name him after a wood.
Nope. I got James Jones, nerds. That is the only other wide receiver on my football team. I don't know what to do. Neither of them are playing next week. I know this already. I don't know even what to do. Somehow I won this week. I'll tell you how I won this week. I won because Dummy didn't start a bunch of people that put up combined 60 points between 3 people. He would have smoked my ass. But he didn't because he's bad at life.
Is that a friend of yours?
Yes, it's a very good friend of mine. His name is Dan. Dan got killed this week because he didn't play the right people. And I somehow squeaked out a win. I'm now 6-2. I'm in first place. He was in second place. We were both 5-2. So I'm now 6-2. I got the most points for any team. I have the second most highest scored against me. So I'm getting everybody's best game. I turned down a trade for Devonta Freeman in week 3, which now makes me want to just kill myself. And yeah, so I'm probably going to make playoffs, but I'm in trouble. I'm in a lot of trouble. That's it. That's all I got to say. So moment of silence for my team. Keep your prayers on Keenan Allen and Brandon Marshall because God knows I need it. And maybe I can go back to back. The end. Thank you all for joining me for the sports segment. Hi, Omicron. Something about FBI, something about oh God no, something about is your brother Taco? No, my brother just moved out. I went to his house on the afternoon of Halloween. He had peanut butter Snickers and Take Fives. Much better candy than I had at my house for the children.
So Titan's referencing The League, the show The League.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, I didn't know if you knew that. Okay.
Oh, I'm all over that show. The best episode is always the draft, and the last few seasons have been garbage because they're getting away from fantasy football and trying to make it an actual fucking show.
Right.
That's unacceptable.
I was going to comment, I don't know if anybody's watching the stream chat. Rogan has now given me the thumbs up. I will be posting the top 10 on both servers for turn-ins with timestamps.
Yeah. Do you know off the top of your head how many people completed the event in total?
I can get that because it's all in my logs. See, that's the beauty of having this thing, throwing things out to the GM channel. Like, we have complete auditability there. So I can totally, look back and we can count. And I'll do that. I'll do a total count. That would be great to see, a total count of the people that completed it.
Mm-hmm.
Logs are forever.
What's that?
Logs are forever.
They really are. I honestly so I have my own my client log, and I just have an old logs folder, and every month or so I just copy my log over and start over again. So I've not even deleted any of my character logs since being on staff.
Oh, so what are their names?
Sorry, Rogan just basically called me retarded.
How old is this video you have going?
Oh, it's fine. It's
no,
don't worry about the video. Don't worry about this live footage. It was created for this purpose.
Anymore. Tell Rogan to come back.
Yeah, we fixed it.
Look. I'm gonna lower my FPS the next time I log in. I promise.
No, 120.
Uh-oh. Hold on. We got danger.
Meat dog after you?
Hi.
How much have you been drinking?
I feel like I probably shouldn't tell anybody that.
Oh God.
I actually am happy to say I'm enjoying a beer of my own making.
A beer or two's not bad, but Sirken over there is like Silly McSillington.
Oh, he's like 2 bottles in of what do you drink? Whiskey?
I know you can't see me right now, but I'm face palming pretty hard.
Well done.
Anyways, so what I am trying to explain to him, and he's just not understanding, exactly what I was saying earlier. It's like when you lower your FPS, your levitate bobbing goes slower. When it's unlimited, your bobbing is rapid. It's like up and down, up and down, up and down, like hundreds of times a second, and it's nauseating.
Maybe I like it hundreds of times a second.
Well, your viewers don't. And I am one of your viewers, and I don't like it. And I think everybody else can agree.
As one of your viewers, I condemn these actions.
I literally popped the chat out into a separate window and minimized your stream because I just couldn't watch it anymore.
Oh, I'm happy I can make you happy.
But you need to set that shit down to like 60 or 70, and then you'd be good.
I mean, maybe. But maybe it could be like my thing, like the gap in Michael Strahan's teeth. Like, I could just be that person who has their FPS at a bajillion.
You know, it took me entirely too long to realize that was Rogan talking.
Who the fuck did you think was talking?
I like when I'm on stream, right? I'm like typing, I'm doing things, I'm like doing petitions, and like my ears just kind of turned off for a second. I'm just like typey, and then I'm like, wait a minute, is that Rogan?
I don't know whether I feel insulted or what.
I actually pulled up the Skype and I'm like, yes.
we only talked like literally 2 days ago.
Well, Uberbandit sometimes has things going on with his mic, so it could have been...
No, Uberbandit has never, ever sound like Rogan.
Okay, I'll agree to that.
No, I didn't think it was Uberbandit. It's just, I'm like, it's like my brain was registering.
Something
like,
is not what it used to be.
Yeah, that's exactly what was going on. And I kind of had to snap myself out of what I was doing. It was like, whoa. Oh, there you go.
Oh, God.
Good times.
Well, did you get the number?
I'm actually that was what I was doing. I was pulling my log down, putting it up on my server because I got a Linux box. I can do greps on this thing, so it's like that's gonna get me what I want a lot quicker. For those that don't know,
Windows utilities to do that too.
Oh, they're nowhere near as good.
Is there an app for that?
Oh, I'm sure there's an app.
Oh, there probably are, but I'm just like
You could probably do it on a phone too, but that'd take forever.
yeah.
First, you have to take a picture of it, though.
I don't think it would work that way. That would hurt my brain.
This audio has it. Braknar, is what you're saying is that all white guys sound alike.
Mostly. So
You know what I discovered?
Knix was racist before stream started.
What?
She was racist against Sweden.
No, it wasn't.
I
Hey,
heard
those Swedish people are really good Counter-Strike players. No, I don't. They have like 2 of the top teams in the
Not,
world.
yeah, he's not kidding.
Seriously, they're good. Like, one team went like 87-0 for the first like year and a half of Counter-Strike Global Offensive, and then they were taken over by another Swedish team that like has won 3 out of like 4 or 5 of the only major tournaments that have ever happened.
I see. So go Sweden.
Yeah, if only they can get the Dota game together.
So does anybody want to take a guess on how many people completed the event?
385 on
No,
blue.
fuck that.
15 on red.
Fuck that. Like 29. Like 29 on blue and like 16 on red.
See, I could cheat and just look at the logs.
Don't you hacks.
When I say logs, I'm not talking about like the silly client logs you're talking about. I'd literally just look up the NPC ID.
The NPC logs, yeah.
Trade NPC table.
Do you want to guess though?
If I had to guess, probably around, I'd say around 400.
Wow. So it was 296.
Oh, I
wow.
underestimated
Thanks.
people.
Next, had like 285, was it, or 385?
I think it said 385.
And 10 minutes separated the first from the second guy. And then it was almost seconds after that for the next few. So, but
And on
so yeah,
red?
let me pull up red. I didn't actually pull up red at all because.
So do we have to investigate the person that won for warping?
No, he was a poor class. And we had kind of seen him all through like I was saying, Aussie and I were standing at each of the 4 like tier the 4 disciple NPCs, and so we kept spotting him at the other one. So it wasn't a surprise whenever I saw him look like he was going to be completing it. But yeah. And if he'd done it and it still took him 2 hours to do it. So if he'd done it in like 10 minutes, oh yeah. Let me look on red. I didn't copy my log over on red.
I have to say, that was my first visit to Kara Island.
Somebody has suggested that. I think one of the staff actually. I think somebody on staff or something had mentioned send people to Kara Island when I was talking about porting, and I'm just like, oh sure, that sounds like a great idea.
It was fun. It really, I went here, kitty, and then I went, oh crap.
So Nick, so you haven't said anything negative about it. Go ahead. Feel free. Did you have anything about the event? Tell me what you didn't like.
I didn't like the players complaining about the rewards, because I thought the fun was in the event of running around and talking to people and getting hints from other players and stuff on what we needed to do.
Right on. How did you feel?
I think you grossly underestimated our most vocal demographic.
Yeah, and I thought you should have made the NPCs death touch people that attacked them.
Yeah, that would have been fun. All right, so I have the numbers for red. Who wants to? What was the guess for the people who completed on red?
89.
Alaris guessed 50, so I think since he's the seer, I think I'm gonna guess 50 as well.
69. Giggity.
21.
Jesus
21.
H. Christ. Get your shit together, Red.
Red, but see, that's the thing, though. I think what ended up happening on red was something very interesting. So, going into this, I almost didn't want to run it on red, just because I fully expected certain large guilds would just like camp a couple of the mobs and be like, "F you all, we're going to camp the mobs."
Mm-hmm.
That did not happen. What actually happened was from what I was reading from other red players, they actually had a lot of fun with the PvP it generated, because it wasn't just one mob, it wasn't just one quest NPC. They were all spread out. So people were just like encountering other people while they were going to these mobs and fighting and having a good time. So I honestly think red enjoyed the event more than blue, which is not at all what I expected.
Yeah, I would have thought the red. My experience on red wasn't good, so I would have thought people would just be standing there at zones killing people when they came in.
Yeah, and I think a couple times that was happening. Like we had, I think Aussie was watching red. Aussie was watching red more than blue, and I think he had watched a couple times when there was a couple folks that were camping some mobs, but it wasn't in their best interest, because if they're sitting there camping, they're not completing the quest, and so they ended up actually stopping their camp to complete the event. So yeah, anyway, I heard it was really it went well with them. Like I fully expected red to be more vocally negative than blue. And even honestly, that's another thing I thought was interesting. If you go and look at all the negative posts on the forums about the event, most of those people registered their accounts either this month or last month. Like if you go look, like most of the people posting in complaints, so either they're people that created new accounts to whine, or they legitimately are just new players and they wanted instant fixes. I don't really know which one it is.
Some of the I read one thing that they said that their highest character was level like 8 or something like that, and they couldn't participate.
Yeah, that was another thing. So future events, I actually do agree with some of that. That I should have had, like, each tier should have given you a little reward that got better and better the more tiers you completed, so that at least a level 1 or whatever, because the level 1 could have done that first tier in Greater Fate Arc very easily. I mean, they just could have run around, they didn't really have to fight anything. And so in future events, I'm definitely going to incorporate that. I'm definitely going to give the ability, like I really want to see these rewards like scale up the more you progress in the event, so that a low player can do it. They can come away with something. I mean, it might even be like a fine steel weapon, right? But who cares? They did the event. They got something. They feel like got something for their effort. So that is definitely a takeaway I had that I didn't even think about when I was writing this thing, that low levels would be able to get something out of it.
There is like a little bit of a fallacy there in that, like, yes, it's nice if low levels are able to complete it, but part of the thing of events are rewarding the players that have been here for a while.
Yeah.
And so, like, yes, everyone should be able to participate, but if you haven't been here, you shouldn't exactly expect to be getting as much out of it as someone who has put a bunch of time into the server.
Oh, for sure. And that's kind of what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Like, I don't expect every player to complete it, right? I'm not going to design this stuff so that every player can complete it.
Right.
In fact, I want to design more of it where you have to read the quest text. Did you notice that, Knix? Like, you actually had to read what these guys were telling you, you know? And that's just not something that most MMOs do anymore. Everyone just, you get the quest, you look on your map, you look for the yellow dot, and you go to the yellow dot. I really was trying to make it so that people had to read the quest and figure it out. And I kind of want to do even more of that. Like, I think I might want to even do it so that, like, at the layered levels of the next event, it may not even get figured out. Like, do a really difficult either puzzle or difficult riddle or difficult, just something that's actually, like, you really got to figure it out. And people may just not complete it.
Oh, they'll complete it.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
I mean, the other thing is, I mean, you can keep it alive until it's completed. Even like,
yeah,
might take a week, but it's there.
And that's the thing too. In hindsight, if I had to do something, if I could do one thing over again with the event, I probably would have tried to talk Rogean and Nilblog into letting us keep it up for 12 hours, a full 12 hours, because the thing was written in such a way, like I already said, if you try to complete it twice, the NPC just death touches you. So it's not like somebody can sit there and farm it. Sure, they could switch tunes, but is that really that bad of a thing?
Yeah.
But again, we didn't think about that. We didn't do it. So.
One thing I think that was definitely a design success was if you came late, you still had a chance at getting things.
Yeah.
Or like you could still do it. Like there was a shot.
That's why I even had, like, if everybody noticed the 15-minute world emote that said something about, like, locals are talking about a creature in Kithakor, because the initial zone emotes didn't say Kithakor, and I tried to make it sort of obvious but sort of not that it was Kith. And but I wanted to give that time for people. If the people were smart and they figured it out, they could get there. They'd get the head start. And if you didn't figure it out in 15 minutes, it kind of just spoon-fed you and said, okay, the start NPC's over in Kith. Go talk to him. But it also worked for anybody that logged in after the actual beginning of the event, that they just would see this thing. It's like, oh, hey, there's something going on in Kith. Let me go take a look. So that I really liked, and that was something that I added kind of almost at the end of coding. It was like, this is kind of I think Nilblog had actually suggested something like this, to add this so that people could know, or maybe not it was somebody that suggested it. It wasn't purely my idea. So.
Wait, suggested what?
The timer to do a world emote, letting people know there's an event going on.
Oh, wasn't
like
me.
in case. Yeah, like in case.
My whole idea was the cross zone illusions.
Yeah, I told everybody you did that, and that was really nice.
I was ready to patch everything in. I'm like, wait a minute, you haven't coded this yet?
Oh.
I was like, I had to scramble to actually write it up in 10 minutes while the servers are coming down.
Also, you may not have been listening to the stream when I mentioned this. I don't know how, but one guy asked to renounce his illusion and somehow got the boat illusion. And so he petitioned. He's like, I can't move. Every time I zone, I turn into a boat.
It's hilarious. Yeah, you probably screwed something up.
I don't know. Well, other people were able to renounce their.
See how I took credit, but then blamed him when something went wrong.
It's almost like when my wife is like, "Your son." As soon as she starts a sentence with "your son," I'm like, "All right, what did he destroy? Who did he kill?"
Well, I coded the actual portion that applied the illusion when they zone, but the actual renounce part.
Well, yeah, because I was setting it to -1, and I think that was the problem. But I had to check to be if the faction was 0, that meant you hadn't done the quest yet. So I don't know. Damned if you're doing, damned if you don't. But I still think it went over really well. I'm going to keep using faction.
What was the illusion number that it was set to?
I'd have to look up the boat. See, the boat's not a negative number though. The boat's like -400.
There is no negative.
Well, right, but it's not like an overflow either, because it wasn't like.
Well, no, we're using.
I'd have to look up the boat. It was the personal canoe boat, and I want to say it's in the 400s. So I don't know how the hell when he did a renounce he got 400 for his, because that just mathematically. I don't know. I know he got one of the rare illusions when he originally turned in, so he would have gotten one of like 2 IDs. One of them was in the 400s, but yeah. I don't know. I haven't looked too deep into it because I think he was the only one, and I did see other people that renounced.
I was actually looking at somebody else's stream, and they're like, "When is this illusion going away? God, I can't stand it now. It's annoying." She's sitting there thinking, "Well, you can go remove it yourself." But whatever.
The NPCs tell you, they blatantly tell you, "Hey, if you don't want to."
Come on now, people don't read.
By the time we got to the end of my event, they should have, because
they just want to be told what to do. Where do I go? What do I hand in? And I'm done. Like, nobody's bothering to read.
Maybe in the future I'll have an NPC that like you hail them and they say something, but then there's a timer what's that?
You have to repeat something special back that's specific to you.
Oh no, even better, have a timer running, right? And after like 30 seconds, it says, "Oh, I'm kidding. No, go do this."
Oh.
Go do the other thing.
That'd be fun. I could do that. I could totally code that.
What if you're gone at that point? Then you get back and you hand it in, and what does he say?
Exactly.
Oh, sorry, I
Well-
tried to catch you to tell you I didn't want to do it.
The plan is, well, if they're doing it in tells, then I mean, it's just. 'Cause that was
Yeah.
the second plan.
This is
Yeah.
like custom content ideas that we can put in. That's like, raid encounters where people have to like, repeat something back specific to their character, and it changes every 10 seconds.
Like, that's how you pull the mob.
Oh,
So, yeah.
God.
That'd be great.
Or no, if you don't do it, you just get death touched.
Oh, there was something
It's like the Maram trials where you die if you don't duck in time because it tells you to duck.
Ooh, here's one. It asks you a riddle, and if you don't answer in a certain amount of time, it death touches you. I like it. I like that. I'm doing that.
Can it be like an AE death touch?
Confirmed. Next EQ boss is the Riddler.
I like it.
No, yeah, I like I said early in the stream, I was looking at the reference for all the functions you can have and do in these quest scripts, and there's a lot of stuff we're not even trying to use or using at all, and I'm just like, man, I could do some fun stuff.
You're gonna break something. I can feel it now.
Maybe, probably.
Dangerous.
Well, in theory, you should break Nilbog's test server first.
You know what happened? So we have a command in the game that allows us to actually dynamically run Perl commands.
Oh.
Yeah, you say, oh, now, but there was a time when that command was available to GMs. And there's a certain GM, I won't say his name, but it started with U and ended with Uthgard, who tried to run one of these special commands one time to give everybody in the zone some platinum, just, a little bit of platinum. And then he realized he did like the command in the reverse order, so then he tried to reverse the command by using a negative value.
Oh my god.
And it was an unsigned integer, so it wrapped the value around to 4.2 billion, and he ended up giving everybody in the zone 4.2 billion copper.
Hooray!
That was fun fixing.
At that point, you're like, all right, fuck it. You just kill everybody in the zone, log off, and go have a beer.
I guess then they just come back and loot their corpse.
That's true. Oh, and that was another thing I was going to mention of interest, by the way. I was coming off of this event. I've actually been getting PMs from one of the guys in the Department of Fun Guild, and for what it's worth, if anybody out there listening, like I actually am talking to them, and I'm not guaranteeing them any sort of support, but I am saying, yeah, these are some cool ideas you guys have, and we'll see what we can do with it. But
I was really tempted to turn Fear Plane into a PvP zone the other day.
That would be cool.
250 people in the zone.
People would have lost their absolute minds.
We did that one time at
On
the
beta.
beginning of the server.
Oh no, sorry, you're
Yep.
talking about something else.
No, this is on P99. In 2010, I guess, or somewhere around there. There was there was 3 guilds in Plane of Hate. I think it was the original TMO, maybe Dark Ascension was it back then?
Yeah, they were a guild.
Maybe Inglorious Bastards.
Yeah, that sounds about
And
right.
a third guild that was like a.
You've already said 3 guilds.
No, I said 2.
No, you said DA, TMO, and IB.
TMO was DA back then.
No, they were separate, and then they merged.
The TMO wasn't around back when. This is like 2010. I don't know if the guild names are even right. But anyways, there were 3 guilds. There were 2 top guilds competing. There was 1 lesser guild that was there. I don't even remember the names. And so what happened was I turned PvP on for the whole zone. And 2 of the guilds banded together. I think it was a lesser guild and one of the other guilds, whatever. And so they discovered a little bug that we had where if you charmed an NPC that was below 96% hit points, he still summoned. So they were pulling mobs, intentionally damaging below 96%, charming them, and then sending them on a player that was across the zone, and that player would instantly be summoned into their raid force, and then they would just kill him.
That's horrible.
That's beautifully elegant.
Clever.
No, it's just horrible. Oh.
Not unlike the stuff that happened on Red with the epic mage pet. You could send him after a character you couldn't even see.
What do you mean?
Used to be able to. I don't know if you can now.
You mean just with pet attack?
There's range limits to...
Yeah, you pet attack a player, and you wouldn't even know where the player was.
Yeah, I don't think you needed line of sight on that.
Yeah, you just would type the name.
Yeah, if you could
Sounds
target
classic.
it. Or, yeah, you didn't even need targeted because you could do pet attack.
Shit is classic.
Oh, dude, people used to get so mad at me because back in the day on live, you didn't have the pet window thing. And I was always in Soul B, and my mage pet would just always go wandering through that zone.
Did we actually successfully disable that, or is that still a thing?
I believe it's still a thing.
Yeah, I think it is still a thing. I think we tried to disable it one time, and since people had made hotkeys from that window, it was crashing people's clients. We had to undo that, and nobody has spent the time to figure out a workaround.
People are going to get really mad, but you should just clear everybody's hot buttons and then put it in.
Yeah, no.
No.
Would be a lot. Actually, I think we do have a fix. Actually, next major DLL update, we'll have a few different changes. And that
You're taking away the pet window now too?
Oh, it's not classic.
Got to.
Oh my God, I can't do the timer with. I can't live without my timers. I mean, I thought I was starving when I didn't have a compass.
Oh, you're.
And then target windows, not target windows, but target rings.
So you'll get really mad at us for about a day or so, and be over it.
Yeah. We're ready for
Gina's
it.
my new friend.
And then Haynar will be on the forums, like, looking up everybody's salty tears. He just enjoys the hell out of hearing people,
He'll break a random.
missing their beloved features when they get disabled.
He'll break a random quest
in classic interface
Kara
anymore.
Oh, stare at the book.
Mhm.
I don't want to stare at a book.
Oh, you would
Okay,
totally.
don't
If we
make
could
me
do
stare.
that, you would.
Staring at a book, even in classic, only worked. Was only needed up until level 35, anyways.
Right.
So even if that was implemented, if you're over level 35, you're fine, anyways.
But didn't hybrids have to do it forever? Could be wrong.
Oh, that might be
Rangers.
a thing.
Rangers had to do it.
No, I
always.
think that might be a
I
thing.
sense some maneuvering going on here.
No, because I think I remember ganking people that had to stare at their books. And I didn't have to because I was a pure caster. I was a
I mean, we
mage.
literally could do something like, as soon as you sit down, you get blinded on the screen. Like, it just goes black.
Yeah.
Except in your chat bar.
But that would be hard because you would want to move spells around and do things.
No, your UI elements would still be there.
Oh,
Your game
oh,
screen,
gotcha,
It's like being blinded
gotcha.
in game. Every time an NPC casts blind on you, you still have your UI windows.
Oh, no, you don't.
You don't?
Oh, yeah.
That's fine.
No, you think your
Blank
game
screen.
exploded.
Yeah.
Maybe I can work around that. I'll have to hook into the graphics engine.
Like, no, that's the best part about Classic Blind is everything is gone.
I'm gonna blind myself. Find spell. Blinding light. Cast 6556.
Resisted.
Yeah, I say that one too.
Resisted.
Yeah, buddy. The resist check on that is retarded. You'll
I might
never
have to turn
land
my
it.
GM flag off in order to do that.
You might have to, like, get rid of all that gear.
Yeah, I'm kind of playing a power gear right now.
Yep. You can't land blind on people in Velia's gear.
Yeah, cast blind on Sirken.
I mean...
Yeah, that way we can see him go blind on stream.
Yep.
Hey guys, I have an important question.
What's that?
So I'm thinking of getting one of those like very basic TV packages, like the $10 package with the local channels, so that I can watch like football on Sunday.
Get NFL Red Zone.
No,
Can
It's
you
the best
watch
bet for your
football
money.
all the time?
no, you can only watch the ones that are played on the main channels. But obviously on Sunday, when you're watching them, your local football game for your local team, it's going to be on like CBS or Fox or something.
Yeah.
Which it comes with the basic TV packages. And those are only like, I think Comcast here is like $8 a month and Fios is like $10 a month for the basic TV package. So I need to decide which one I want. Comcast or Fios, basic TV.
Comcast is renowned to be cancer. I don't know
But
about
that's
the other one.
internet. I mean, for TV...
Yeah, this has nothing to do with the internet. This is
Yeah,
just
for
the
just
basic
cable TV, I absolutely love Comcast.
I've had the shittiest of times here.
But you
I
I
live...
don't even
could-
handle the
Oh.
TV things in this
I thought
house.
there was an internet thing that you could watch the football games on.
They just started streaming on Yahoo, but it's not... It's like one game. It's not all the games.
Probably costs money too.
I don't think it does. I think right now they're just testing it, so it's free.
I thought actually, also was it like only certain countries, like outside the U.S.?
I think it was in the U.S., but it was only one game. It was the Jaguars and whoever they played Week 7.
The other thing too is that like, so I would be watching it from like either my bedroom or my living room, which I don't have a computer in. So unless it's compatible with Roku, I wouldn't be able to get it anyways.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Unless I want to sneak some
experience
HDMI through my house.
I have experience with Comcast cable for their TV, and it hasn't been bad. I don't have any experience with FiOS, so I can't. They're not even offered here, so I can't tell you anything about it.
I mean, I was trying to use a sling box. I have my brother actually has a sling box at my dad's house, and I was trying to watch football games over the sling box, but for whatever reason, it just buffers over and over, especially on Sunday. So I think it's like going through a sling box server, and they're overloaded on Sundays. And I'm thinking like those basic TV packages are like literally $10 a month. That's nothing.
But I don't think you get to see all the games you want to see on those. I think you got to subscribe to get everything.
You get your local game, which is the only game I care about. I'm not like a Sirken where I'm watching every single game.
He just needs them pats.
Yeah. Them pats.
Yeah. The only game... No, because even... I could be wrong about this, but like... if your team is playing like Monday Night Football... Well, that's a bad example. If your team is playing a Thursday Night Football, well, that would be CBS, right? Sometimes... Look, yeah, I know CBS, there's like one or two games that are NFL Network only, and I feel like Sunday Night Football's on ESPN. That comes with basic cable, right? Maybe?
No.
No, you got to pay extra for ESPN?
But if it's a local team, then they have to be on one of
So then it would also be on like a Fox and or a
Fox,
CBS or an NBC.
Fox and CBS and NBC. You get those channels with basic. And they come in HD too. Like I was checking both sites. They both give it to you in HD as well.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Find someone who has FiOS and see how they like it. But I like Comcast for their cable.
Is there anything you can sign up for that
Tampa
doesn't lock you in for a long time?
I don't think it locks you in anyways. It's just $10 a month. I would do it separately from my internet connection.
Exodus, I've read your last two comments. He wants Rogean. He wants you to know that from here on out, Thursday night football games are actually NFL Network only.
So this guy said,
but it doesn't matter.
Game Pass, and as far as I know, Game Pass only lets you watch the game after it aired, and it costs money.
And that's unacceptable.
Yeah.
Both of those things.
Yeah. I forget when I watch all the Bronco games. Yeah, so this guy's able to watch all of his local team games.
Yeah, you should be fine. If it's a local game, like you said, it'll be on a local channel too.
So a subject change, talk about P99 for just a second here, guys. Just for folks that are asking about the numbers of the event, I just posted to the server chat forums, and I've just linked into the Twitch chat here.
Ooh, check it out! Look how much faster blue was than red.
Looks like
right there. There's your information on which players are best.
Yeah.
So I which server is easier.
I was gonna answer somebody's statement real quick, just back on that topic. I've actually heard that people that have FiOS TV don't like it compared to Comcast, so that's why I'm considering just getting the Comcast TV. I would never give up my FiOS internet. I love my FiOS internet.
I don't blame you there.
In fact, I'm thinking of getting the 300 symmetrical.
Oh, damn.
That shit's going down.
Well, my choices are Comcast and AT&T, and AT&T is the worst. So,
like Uverse?
Yes.
Never had it.
It's the worst. I had it before Comcast.
What's funny is, in this area, the cable internet around here back in like early 2000s was actually AT&T Broadband Media 1, and then it was bought out by Comcast.
Yeah,
and there's another person saying FiOS TV is horrible. So yeah, I might just get Comcast TV. I don't even think you get a set-top box though when you have the basic package. You just hook in a coax cable and you get the channels.
Yeah. You need the box.
You do need a box?
You do need a box.
Yeah, you need a box for every TV ever.
Well, I don't know about that, but for Comcast, you absolutely need a box.
Well, for every
But there's
people are saying stuff about QAM, clear QAM.
I have no idea what that is.
It's the channels that come in over straight coax that don't need to go through a box.
Well, you should just call Comcast and ask them.
Ugh.
Good luck with that.
Call them.
I call them all the time to complain about my internet going out.
That's why I have a business connection.
Yeah.
Priority service.
I hate them. But I love them right now because I have internet. Please don't turn it off.
So if my internet does go down, I'll be one of the first to get it back up. If there's like, I remember like, so I've had issues obviously when we have all the snowstorms around here, where like I have to call in for both, you know, my dad's house and my business office, and you know, like if there's like a downline or something, they respond to business within 24 hours, whereas residential's like within a week.
That's not fair.
Also, hey Rogan, the NPC rule is still active on Blue. If you'd want to go and turn that off for the Halloween NPCs.
Wow.
Someone was just pointing it out in the stream, and I went and looked, or the chat, and I looked, and yeah, they're still standing here.
As soon as I find it and scrolling up, nope, it's off the screen.
It's
I
gone.
gotta type it again.
The name of it?
Well, no, I had the query written out
oh.
when I enabled them, and I was just going to change it from true to false, and it's not there anymore. It makes me very
I
sad.
see.
All right.
You were just twiddling a DB. You weren't using the in-game commands.
Oh God, no.
But wasn't that
Okay,
cool?
game.
Wasn't that awesome? Like how it was all tied to the. I think that was really great. As long as you liked it. I mean, I thought that was slick.
What?
Tying the event to a rule like that. Because have we
That's
done
how
that?
we do
before?
all our events.
Oh, we do. Okay, I thought Nilbog was saying this was like a new thing.
No. Our Kunok launch event was like that. Our Velius launch event was like that. All of our events, all of our major scripted events use rule system.
Got it.
Oh, saying the word Kunok reminded me of something. When stamina drain on melee attacks?
I don't know. I feel that's a no-ball question.
Because it's
Nilbog
almost
is the
happened
master
many
of error.
times.
Rule
I've
naming.
learned not to answer content questions because it gets me in trouble.
Yes, it does.
Maybe I might be the only one to remember, but I think it was attempted somewhere near Kunark launch. And there ended up having to be a server-wide stamina regen buff because it was draining, like, ridiculous amounts.
Well, I think
Alright.
that's super.
They're gone. Yeah, I just saw him disappear. Thanks.
Okay, I gotta go do PvP server, so zone to PvP.
Yeah, I have to go to bed, so I'm gonna
Bet you
wrap
wish you
this
had
up.
that command, Braknar.
Well, oh, just zone to PvP.
Just zone into PvP server.
Oh, that would be awesome.
I do it. I just did it. I literally zone over to PvP. I don't have to open a second client. And done.
Why can't we have that?
You jelly.
That seems-
You jelly.
Well, it just seems like it wouldn't hurt anything.
Convert it
Well,
over-
the way it works, though, yeah, it's actually, it's in the same system as the log character command.
Oh, okay,
So,
okay,
That's
okay. Yeah. Did Sirken just go to sleep on us? 'Cause
No,
He should.
I'm here. I'm just giggling. Because I can do that too.
Did you not know you could do that until now?
Oh no, that's how I do item restores for people that are
Ah.
offline. I got nothing else, and I'm getting tired, so I think we're done here, unless any of you fine gentlemen or Knix have anything else to say.
The only thing I have to say is, if you have any other suggestions or constructive comments about the event, please feel free to PM me. I think I've heard about everything I'm going to hear, and I've been appreciative of it. So feel free to forum PM me if you have anything you want to say.
And if you think it sucked, explain why or what could make it
Yes.
better.
Yes.
Don't
like
just
the
say it
worst-
sucked.
That's the worst. People are just like, it sucked. I didn't get my pixels.
Like, it's
well,
okay. It's okay if you think it sucked, but tell us why so we can try to improve it.
Right.
Or decide you're an idiot. But either way, we'd like to know more.
Oh, well, loot sucks. You guys suck.
Pretty much.
It was
Wasting my
it was
time.
good. It was very, very good.
I didn't get an AON. It was stupid.
I didn't get it,
Oh.
guys.
Got so many people asking for guises because that was the thing I didn't even think about, right? Like part of it is giving out these masks, and everyone's like, "Oh, you tricked us because you made it look like we're gonna get a guise," and I'm like, "It's fucking Halloween. You
Oh,
have
man.
masks at Halloween."
They don't even know Rogan gave everyone a guise one time.
I love that, guys.
That was the biggest trick ever.
That was my favorite.
Oh, I remember what you're talking
That
about.
was the best.
Oh, I heard about this. Where it wasn't really. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man, so much salt and tears.
Everyone was so happy, and then they
And
tried
so
to use
sad,
it.
and then so mad.
I was actually so happy because
I
it
was-
was equipable. And I had a new bard that I got it on, and so I equipped it for the 5 charisma. And never clicked it because I didn't know what it was.
That's wonderful.
And eventually it poofed, and I was super sad.
Well,
Good job.
remind
Uberbandit.
me what happened. You clicked it and it said what?
All right, so what we did was this was on April Fools, and I set up a system, and I threw this together in like 20 minutes. I was surprised I got it working so quickly. Where when you logged into the game, you got a message that said, "Congratulations, you were randomly selected to win this today's Guise of the Deceiver prize or something," and they got a Guise of the Deceiver on their cursor, and they put in their inventory. It was a complete copy of Guise of the Deceiver, so as far as they could tell, it had the effect on it and everything. But there was special code in that took that specific item ID, and as soon as you tried to right-click it, it said April Fools and didn't cast Illusion Dark Elf.
Yeah, it's pretty horrible.
It was great.
Yeah, that was pretty shitty. I remember
sitting-
that.
I should have made it disappear too at the same time. Just
I
delete
didn't. I didn't even hardly play that game. I just sat there and watched OOC as people logged in and all experienced the same
And
thing over
excitement
and
turned
over.
to fear.
Yeah.
Turned to
It's like, oh man,
angry.
guys, I'm so lucky I got a guys. The rest
I was
everyone was
not-
silent because they know what comes next.
I was not a popular person that day, but
No.
I was just laughing my ass off all day long.
It has been the best April Fool's thing I've seen.
Yeah, I'm done. It's bedtime. Rogan, I'm very happy you decided to join us. I know Mondays suck for you.
I'm gonna be so tired tomorrow.
I know, but I was so retarded that you couldn't resist. But now I know how to get you. And Braknar, thank you too for coming on.
What did you do to get Rogan? Did you send him a bloomin' onion?
I just had no idea what he was talking about.
Sirken doesn't eat bloomin' onions.
Well, I know. That's why I said he sent you one. Maybe you like them.
I do. I destroyed one in front of him. Me and my coworker just went to town on a bloomin' onion right in front of him, and we're like, "You sure you don't want any?" While we're stuffing our. He's like, "Nope, I'm good."
I'm good.
Bad. I mean, like
They're pretty
if you
bad.
eat one all by yourself, that's goddamn ridiculous. But if you
No,
have
it was me and my coworker.
yeah, they're not.
I got it
they're
because I was like,
onion
"Oh,
rings.
the three of us can have it. This will be great." Sirken can have some, and he sits there and he's just looking at us eating it, and I'm like, "Can I have any?" It's like, "Oh,
Okay, that comes with dip, right?
yes."
What do you do when somebody double dips?
You keep eating.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Like, what is that?
I
What is
Like-
this? Cuties?
did, like unless you're sitting across the no. Unless their face is falling off, you're fine.
Yeah, like Knix, are you married or?
Yeah.
She's
So
had children.
You kiss your husband, right? That's the same
Of
thing as
course.
eating anything that he's eating.
You kiss your coworker?
It's saliva. It doesn't matter.
I don't know.
It's no different. It's no different than
I'm not gonna let a double dip ruin the dip.
I'm not hearing a no.
I'm just not gonna do it. No, I can guarantee you he's not. I've seen Rogan's coworker.
Yeah, you have it right there. I probably wouldn't eat it if he double dipped either. It depends
Oh.
on which coworker, actually. And I think we're thinking of the same one.
Yeah, the dude that's been with you the last couple times.
Yeah, the last couple times. But then remember the one that was there when we missed our flight?
He was so unhappy. He was so unhappy.
he hated me.
Oh, no, I think he pretended to be more mad than he really was.
Oh, he did not like elf talk.
Oh yeah, that was the thing. He just did his own thing.
Yeah.
His beer.
I'm just gonna eat some food, I'm gonna drink some beer, I'm just gonna pretend I don't know these guys. Oh. Nick, say goodbye.
Goodbye, people.
Good
Thanks
job.
for having me, Sirken. Appreciate it. Thanks for
I'm-
the event, Braknar. That went very well. And thanks for the support, guys.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
I'm happy that you came on stream. I don't care about that. Uberbandit,
Mm-hmm.
Say goodbye.
Goodbye, chat. All you beautiful people out there. A little quiet today, but you pulled through. Not quite the question volume I anticipated.
They've been getting ignored for a long time.
I know.
They're not used to it.
I will nurse you back to strength, chat.
They need you. They need more of you in their lives.
Mm-hmm.
That's a true story.
I feel like Sirken should stream with a webcam.
No, I'm like 300 pounds and gross. Nobody wants to see this. What are you talking about?
We have all these cool P99 people that stream with webcams, and
I'm not one of them. I'm not a cool person. I live in my mom's basement. I'm fat. I eat Hot Pockets all day, every day. It's bad. It's bad.
It's a lot.
God damn it.
The streamers with the floating heads is pretty funny looking.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
They stream with a green screen behind them.
Oh, but they shouldn't have floating heads unless they're wearing green shirts, and then they're stupid.
That actually is a pretty good idea.
God damn it. I'm putting you guys on hold. We're done. Hey guys, it's me, and I'm glad you listened and were here, and I hope you enjoyed yourselves. I'm leaving now because I'm tired. But if you missed, youtube.com, it's a thing where you can watch the older stuff. Rogan just left the Skype call because he doesn't give a shit. That's all we got. You guys have a wonderful night, and I'll talk to you next week probably. I'm looking for the outro video. Oh, listen, I know the outro video is out of date. Don't send me messages about that. I know it says Velius is coming soon. I just haven't made a new video. More correctly, I haven't had somebody else make me a new video.